Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this rustic looking Christmas card. Before I get started, I just want to mention really quick, because I got a question on it. I do have a Facebook group where I post a lot more than I do on YouTube. If you would like to join, the link is listed below. I do keep it private only to keep spammers out. I've heard other people having a problem with that, but anyone who's interested in Stampin' Up! And card making or crafts is more than welcome to join. So I just wanted to say that. So anyways, let's get started with our card today. And I have a piece of the thick basic white, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I did score it at 4 1/4. And then I have a really pretty piece of, it's called the In Good Taste DSP. This is out of the annual catalog. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and I can show you, I don't use it that much, and I don't know why. It's really pretty. This is the other side of the piece we're using. Let me just slide, if I can open this bag. Oh, for heaven's sake. There we go. I'll show you some of the other pieces from it. It's really pretty, and you can use it for all sorts of different things. So here's some of the other patterns. There's another wood pattern in there. There's another one, this like, it's almost like canvasy rug texture. And then I didn't take it out very well. So anyways, just to give you an idea of what's included in that DSP paper. And that, I said, again, is in the annual catalog. And you get a few more, it's a little more expensive, but you get more paper with it than the regular DSP packs. So I'm going to start with this piece today, and we're going to do some embossing. So let me just grab a piece of scrap here. All right, so we're going to start with the Time of Giving stamp set, and this has matching dies that we're not using today, but just so you know, we're going to use the snowflake here. And I'm going to emboss the snowflakes in white. So we're going to start with our Versamark. Now this is probably going to be really hard to see on camera, but I'll show you what I do with this. So I just take the snowflakes and I'm just starting to stamp in the corner. And then you can't see on camera where, well, maybe you can, I don't know. But I think it's hard to see where I stamped before, but I can see it in my light. So I'm not stamping over the same places. I think I'm getting a little closer in this one than I did in my sample, but that's okay. Every time you stamp a card, it comes out a little bit different anyways. All right, let's see, we can put some here. Just trying not to put my fingers where I've already stamped. And again, this is snowflakes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just do a little bit down here. And then maybe in this corner. And I think that's probably good. So again, I know it's hard to see, or I think it's hard to see on the camera anyways. I'll hold it up and maybe you can pick up in the light how the Versamark is all over that. So this gets a little bit messy. I should have gotten a bigger scrap piece, but we'll work with what we've got. I'm just going to sprinkle the white embossing powder over half of this. And then I'm just going to pick it up and let it fall for the other half. And we missed a little over here. Tip it over. So you can see better now where the stamp went with the Versamark. So let me just get this back into the container, the stuff we didn't use. Excuse my sniffles today. My allergies are just, I woke up with horrible, horrible allergies today. All right, so then we're going to take our heat tool, and this will take just a quick minute to heat up and emboss. Alrighty. There we go. That's all set. Just takes a minute because it's such a big area, but there we have our snowflakes. So now let's work on our tree. I have a scrap piece of basic white here, and the tree we're going to be using is out of the Beauty of Friendship stamp set. This is a bundle with the beautiful tree dies. So you can see how pretty those are. This is a great set for fall cards as well. We're going to be making a Christmas card today. So you can see on here you have two-step stamping for the tree just to give it a little more depth. And we're going to be using the Evening Evergreen, one of my favorite colors lately. Just make sure. All right, we'll ink it up. I just think this is such a beautiful green to begin with, and then for Christmas cards, it's even better. Oh, this is the second stamp. I stamped the second one first. That's okay. It doesn't matter which order you go in. So that brings up a little darker of the green, and then this one you can see has a little more of the shading. So it doesn't matter what order you go in. I usually go with the one I stamped first this time. I usually go with that second, but... there you go. So there's your tree, and you can see there's all nice shading in there and some darker spots. So that's that. So this wreath part here, I doubled up on one of the, what is it called? Seasonal swirl dies. Now this does have a matching stamp set too, but we're not matching the stamp set. But this has some nice pieces in it for, this I used for 4th of July. And it's got a bat and a pumpkin for fall. And it's got on the other side here some leaves. We're using the one that looked a little more Christmassy to me today. So I already did one of them through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, so you can see that it came out here. But we'll do one together as well. So I have a piece of early espresso. And then we're going to take the die for our tree, and we're going to send this through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machines. Let me bring that up. Is that going to stay? Alrighty. So we'll line up our tree. Maybe it's better if I just nudge it a little bit in either direction. I think that looks good. And then this we'll just put on our scrap piece of early espresso. And then we're going to send this through. And I noticed that the wreath is really tight going through here, but that's okay. It just takes a little more effort to get it through, at least on my machine. Every machine is just calibrated just a little bit differently. Using all my strength. Okay. All right, let's pop these out. There's our tree. We'll put that aside for the moment. And here's our wreath. And let me just get rid of this and we'll take it out of the die. All right, so we'll put that aside over here. And then what I do is I just work it and I pop out the middle part first. And you just got to be careful of the little branches, but it's sturdier than it looks. And then I come around and I just, anything that hasn't already popped out, I just pull a little tiny bit and it comes right out. So then we'll just pop out these little pieces that didn't make it out yet. You could even leave them in. Would make the wreath a little more full, but we're doubling up, so there we go. That's a bigger one. Alrighty, I think this is the last one over here. There we go. All right. Alrighty, so now we need to put this together. We still need to do our sentiment, but we'll do that at the end. So when I'm adhering this piece, I like to go, because we embossed it, you can see it's a little bit warped just because of the heat embossing. All right, and then we're just gonna go right along the edges to really get that secure so it's not warping on our card, although this is like a more rustic looking card, you could, if you wanted to, make it look like that. Anyways, all right, so we're just going to adhere this on. There we go. And now we're going to put on our wreath. So I'm just going to look. I'm centering it this way and putting it up a little bit this way, but not to the total top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue dots on to hold this. I didn't want it flush flat against the DSP. So I'm going to put one glue dot here. It doesn't matter if it's going to show because that's where our tree is going to go. And then what I'm going to do is just roll these up and place them on the leaves so you can't see the other places that it's holding up. And that should anchor it pretty well. Let's do one more right there. Running out of glue dots here. All right, we'll do one more right here. And then I'm just going to place that with the glue dot, if you can see it, where our tree is going to go, to anchor that. There we go. Now when I come in with this one, I don't want to put it in the exact same place. I want to make this wreath look a little bit fuller. So I'm going to twist it a little bit. There's no, exact way to do it. And then again, I'm going to put the glue dot here. This is coming right off, where we're going to anchor it under the tree. And then let's see if I have enough glue dots on here. If not, I've got another container, but we'll try and make this one, or we might be totally out. Yep. All right, let me just grab another one. Okay. Almost made it. All right, this is a brand new one. All right, let's just roll that one up and let's see where else do I need to put them. We'll put them right here. And we'll put one on here. And then I lost my place. That's the one I wanted to go under the tree, I think. So we'll just put that on like this. The glue dot is on my finger. There we go. All right, so that's that. Then we have our tree, and I'm going to use some dimensionals, and I'm down to using the edges on this one, so I'll just trim a few here. I always use I just cut the edges so I can keep using the dimensionals because there's no need to throw that away. They work just as nicely. We'll put our tree right here. And then we need to do our Mary. I don't know where my sample went. It's here somewhere, obviously. We just had it, but that's all right. No biggie. Oh, here it is. So we need to do our Mary and our bow still. So the Mary is out of this Time of Giving stamp set again. This time I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler. And I'm just going to stamp it and cut it. It's so small. Instead of trying to line it up. So there's our Mary. Crooked, of course. Just so I don't smear it on whoops, those are my ribbon scissors. Whoops, and now they're on the floor. All right. There we go. We're just going to go right along the edge. That's a little crooked too. There we go. And then one more on the edge here. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal. Because this is mostly on the tree, I'm just going to put some seal on there. And then put it on like that. And then this, I have been using this so much. This is the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I had to order another one, my third one, because I've gone through some of the twine and the other colors. So it just adds a nice little touch to a card when it just needs something else. So we're just going to, if I can make a bow this morning. There we go. All right, now I'm just going to fuss with it a little bit. I don't want a really big bow, just a little one. Let's see. That looks good. We'll use these scissors since my ribbon scissors went flying. All right, so now we need another glue dot. We've got one right here. Roll it up and put it on the back of your bow. And then we're just going to attach that right at the corner of the Mary. So it just adds a little extra, but doesn't really get in the way. And there is the card we made. And here is our original. I did find it. And thank you so much for watching. All of my links will be listed down below. Thank you so much.